we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right, folks. Order now. Head over to mypillow.com. Get an American-made product. Christmas is coming. You help out the platform as well here at Oreo Express. Want to say thank you to all those who do help us out, donate, purchase from places like MyPillow. It's an honor to be partnered with MyPillow and a great patriot and Mike Lindell. So thank you for all you guys do. We appreciate you. And we're ready to rock and roll on show number 2. We also got that great raffle coming up, guys. We got the raffle at the end of the show. We'll get into that in a minute. We're going to talk about some comments Trump made at an event he was speaking at. Also got an update, I believe 1 or 2 more arrested in that terrorist attack that we covered. I think it happened Friday or Saturday, and we covered it Monday, saying the FBI had arrested 2. There's more to that. We got some fake news stories, how the left is taking video and saying that ICE is going out and doing all these horrible things when all they're doing is immigration enforcement, what I voted for. There's going to be a point, I'm telling you. Sometimes I see this stuff and I'm frustrated. I just want Trump to deputize MAGA. I'll be out there. I'll put it all on the line. We'll get them. We'll get them, and we'll deport them, because that's what needs to happen. That's what we voted for. And I know Democrats want to continue putting illegal aliens first, but that time is over. That time is over. So we're going to talk about that. We got some crazy stuff as well. We have a lawsuit against Prop 50 now that it has passed in the state of California. We'll talk about that. See what you guys think about any chances. Also, talk about the 6 states that will want you to pay for illegal aliens' health care. It's all coming out now, guys. It's all coming out, and want to say thank you to you all. Let me jump into the chats right now. Hunter, Trina, Sugar Bear, Becky Boo. Let's see who's in here. Nola, Micro Taz is in the house. And we get down to the bottom here. First Amendment Media, Matt, Karen Sunflower, Jan Doe, Pixie, KLM79. Thank you guys for being here. Let me go check up here. We got Donna Ralph over here, Jalen, let's see, Darlene, and let's see. That's it over on that side. So make sure you share this out. Get everybody in here again. We have the raffle. Somebody's going to win a prize. It's going to be epic. Epic. You get that beautiful cross and one of the flashing hats, either a MAGA or Trump. So if you want to get in, and we'll talk about it here in about 10 minutes, but we're going to get in the show, let some people get in here. And once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I did get another piece. I had to go spend about $100 right now on some things, an adapter. So I got the setup. It's not complete, but how do I say it? The soon to be will be all complete, and we'll have everything. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle of this studio, but right now we're in as good a shape as we were yesterday with the laptop, except much faster and everything else. So it is a pleasure to, I'm telling you right now, setting up this show. It's like a vacation now compared to before. I can't believe how bad that laptop was. But now we're good. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. So protesters, we talked about this last week, that the communist groups, the RevComs, and all these groups were going to occupy DC. They were going to occupy the White House, occupy the Supreme Court, occupy Congress, and they weren't going to leave. Well, I don't know. I didn't see too much of them doing anything yesterday. But check out this group of winners here. This is in DC. Couldn't they have gotten a new slogan or something? Something? Another
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Donald Trump has got to go.
So that was it. And then they made it to the Supreme Court. Oh my gosh. They're doing so much for you guys. These are all, I mean, literally.
People with the banner, can you
I can't help but say that this is such a waste of space, oxygen, and skin. I don't even know what to say anymore, guys, when it comes to these protesters, these anti-Americans. They hate America so much. They're all for illegal aliens. They're all for taxing the hell out of you so they get everything free. And then they got Trump derangement syndrome. So anything he says. I told you this before. I just want him to come out and say, if you love me, I want you to breathe oxygen. And just watch them all say, that'd be great. Take a look at this one. These are some of those leftists outside the Supreme Court, and they're saying the judges are fascist. Anybody that they disagree with is a fascist. I think you guys know that. If you got in the pool and you said the water's warm, and they would call you a fascist. That's just the mental health condition of these people.
Can you get it any higher so it shows behind all the people? Are you able to lift it higher, or is that as high as it goes? Okay, maybe some people can help those with the banner.
Where do they find all these white people at?
Some fresh hands help them hold it high. People fill in behind the handmaids, all the way behind the handmaids. Pack it in, all of us. Here we go. It's okay. We are here in front of this institution that Donald Trump illegitimately packed with fascist judges. These judges who waved flags in front of their homes.
What's the water?
In their sympathies with the January 6th insurrectionists. These are Christian fascists dominating the Supreme Court. It is very appropriate that we have
Christian fascists. You hear that?
these beautiful handmaids standing in front of this court. Now I want to ask the people with impeach if you could move to one side or the other so we get Trump must go as well as impeach.
Come on, guys. We need a photo op here. I need you to move over this way. I need you to make it look like there's a lot more of us here. Come on. Oh, it's just laughable. Absolutely laughable. This was over at, what school was this? Another unhinged leftist just flipped over a Turning Point USA table at the University of Iowa. Hopefully this person will lose their education and everything. If they want an education, they can go pay for it. I'm sure this person is on some type of taxpayer subsidy. Take a look at this right here.
No, thanks. Did you get that?
Yeah.
You notice how the Turning Point USA girls look like girls? They're cute, they're attractive. And the ones that do all this stuff, they look like a dog with his ass shaved walking backwards. So they're looking to identify this person right now.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
They're looking to identify this person right now, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. These people, just imagine being that triggered over a table with some buttons on it. Again, it's a mental health crisis in this country. I wonder if that was a foreign exchange student or something like that. Maybe we could send her home. Speaking of craziness, another attack on in New York City. This is just a quick video. You know, we're going to make everything free and this and that. I believe this was on the subway station. Happened, I believe, yesterday. More and more. We're seeing this happen.
The witness left. I got his information. Well, I got a witness, and I let him leave. I didn't realize that you guys were walking across the steps. So I gave you the steps. Maybe the bird gave you the middle finger. See that? Oh, well, she just flipped me the bird and gave me the middle finger. Thank you.
Craziness, folks. Craziness. Can't even go to work. I mean, this is public transportation at its finest. This is Democrats' dream, is where you're not safe to even go to work, go take your kids to school, anything of that sorts. And it's just crazy. How about this one, too? We got another crazy whack job one. Woman threw freshly boiled coffee on a McDonald's employee after waiting an hour for food that was canceled. She demanded an apology, got upset, and scalded the manager. Police are now asking for your help to help identify her. Take a look at it.
Refund will take up to 40. She was
And apologize to somebody for being here over an hour. That's what
you can have everything. I'm not going to keep it. Fuck you.
Now, catch that hot ass it's showing that the order was already made. Watch this.
Okay, ma'am, when we pull it up, if it's after 10:15, the food automatically.
I was already here, so
it doesn't.
Why is your orders in the order? They just canceled right now.
Ma'am, your order was, you got your coffee, that's all I needed to charge for. Your refund would take up to 48 hours. And she told you.
Why too? Because it took yours 3 days.
Yes, it is.
I got to come in and get the order. So that means y'all got to exchange, take the amount out.
No, ma'am.
Give me a different price. So that means you didn't charge me for this.
It automatically refunds the food after 10:15.
So that means you
automatically. You got charged for the coffee. The sandwiches are going to be refunded. Ma'am, I had that and you're not listening.
I'm listening.
No,
You got
you're
to
trying
say
to argue
this
with
amount
me.
out, and we're going to exchange that with the food.
Ma'am, she
You
was
said
told
properly
that.
and apologize to somebody for being here over an hour.
Ma'am,
That's what
you can have
Yeah,
everything.
within
I'm
20
not going to
minutes
keep
later,
it. Fuck you.
You know what? I've had this frustration before. I've had this frustration. That person at McDonald's, it was a freaking $8 order. Make their food and just give it to them. A person's been waiting there that long. And that's part of the problem with these $20, $25 minimum wages. And everybody goes to apps. The app does suck. I've had an issue where they screwed me over when we were traveling. We didn't have a whole lot of money. And I think it was McDonald's. And I said, and they're like, well, it looks like the order was hung up in the system, but they'll refund you in 48 to 72 hours. And I'm like, how do I take that $17 that I don't have now and go purchase my food somewhere else? Do I agree with the hot coffee? Not really. I don't think anybody should be acting a fool like that, but consumers have the biggest frustration because those people, it would have cost, if it was a $9 order, it would cost McDonald's $2 whole. And it would have saved a lot of time, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. The customer is always right. Remember when we used to, now it's like you can't get any customer service anywhere. But yeah, not a smart move. She'll probably get charged with something. I get her frustration. We deal with that frustration with customer service all the time. I'm to the point now. It gets frustrating because some of these places now start the tipping at 20% before you even get the food. Like you go into somewhere and it says tip. I haven't tasted my food. I don't even know what my sandwich looks like. I don't want to tip you. But anymore, I used to feel bad about not tipping. If these people just walk up and act like a robot, like they're upset to be at work, they're not getting a freaking tip from me. Just plain and simple. And I always, if you know anybody I've always been an extremely good tipper. Whether it's a restaurant, whether it's somewhere I go, and there's just some places though that now it doesn't matter. You go to a damn craft fair and you buy I don't know, a little picture frame or a little something, and it's $20, and then you slide your card and it says tip. Tip for what? I'm just buying your product. It's kind of crazy, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. And don't forget, guys, this is your last chance at the end of this show. You got 45 minutes to get in on the raffle. We got this beautiful cross here from our good friend Miguelito Mike, who makes these and donates them here to the Oreo Express. We can't do it without them. And then also either a light up MAGA hat, lights up, or a Trump light up hat. Let's see. Oh, there's a charger in that one. Let me see how to. How's this one going? You could see in the Trump one does something very similar. So MAGA, you get to decide either MAGA or Trump. And how you get in is anybody that blesses us with a $10 donation gets one entry. So multiples of 10. If you do $30, that's 3 entry. $50, that's 5 entries. And we've got our wheel of names set up right now. So it's going to be a random drawing. We hit a button and it spins like the Wheel of Fortune. It's called the Wheel of Oreo. And then you get a chance to win. The way to do that is if you want to donate and get in, Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army. We also have our GiveSendGo down there on the bottom, which is givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And if you do mobile or online banking, our Zelle address is purepatriot559@yahoo.com. That's PURE patriot559@yahoo.com. Thank you to everybody that helps us out. We've spent way more money than I thought when I looked at stuff with our upgrades, and it's just beautiful. I'm looking at the new Mac Studio over here, and thank you to all those that have helped out. I know B. Mikey, Karen helped out, Krista R, and I mean, there's a lot of you, trust me. But and old Uncle Bill helping us out with some additions and stuff, and just want to honestly say thank you. It's been kind of an overwhelming blessing. Because me and Rachel were sitting there like, if that laptop goes, I'm screwed. I can't do the shows. We try to do this, and then we want to travel as much as possible. But when there's nothing to really travel about, we're here in front of you doing our show twice a day. So thank you for your donations. We do appreciate you. How about this? James O'Keefe came out with a caught on hidden camera. Has to do with Prop 50. And this is Ross Pike on hidden camera, the regional director of the California Democratic Party. He details how Prop 50 funds could be redirected to support Newsom's future campaign. We've kind of shared some articles. We actually brought that up about 3 weeks ago. There's a guy, I can't remember which, he came out and he read through some stuff and he goes, this is going to go through Newsom's campaign. You just wait and see. And well, this is from the Cal Dems. California Democrat Party. Take a listen to this. I don't know how much we'll watch, but
right now, but that doesn't mean he can't open a committee later and transfer the money.
Okay, so is he fundraising for anything right now?
For the ballot initiative Prop 50. We're very intentionally gerrymandering.
So, okay, so if there's any funding left over from that and he decides to run for president, he can transfer it.
I haven't had to adjust all this. That's weird. Oh, we'll do this. There we go. Trying to do the PIP up here.
So is he going to run for governor? Newsom.
For president?
I mean, for president.
Probably. I don't know what I would vote for. I'm skeptical of a Democrat from San Francisco running for president. And he sounds very lefty, which is why he's doing things like saying trans girls should not be competing in sports. This is trying to appeal, make it look like he's not suppressed.
So is he like fundraising for it and stuff like that?
There's only committees open right now, but that doesn't mean he can't open a committee later and transfer the money.
Okay, so is he fundraising for anything right now?
For the ballot initiative Prop 50. We're very intentionally gerrymandering.
So, okay, so if there's any funding left over from that and he decides to run for president, he can transfer it.
Transfer to half, and then, yeah.
Oh, and is that legal? Yes. Wow.
Depending how you do it.
Nothing I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you.
Governor Gavin Newsom of California has been all in campaigning for Prop 50. Proposition allows redrawing of district lines in California, potentially breaking up conservative areas and merging them into larger Democrat-leaning districts, so GOP votes no longer win seats. Well, in the past couple of months,
Otherwise, I'd just be lying, and I can't do that.
with Newsom aggressively touting
The largest Democratic Party in the state of California. So I serve in the number 2
Democratic Party. Pike oversees all of Orange County, Riverside County, and San Diego County for the Democrat Party of California.
I'm the regional director for the California Democratic Party, and I just finished serving as the acting chair for the San Diego County Democratic Party, which is the second largest Democratic Party in the state of California. So I serve in the number 2 position within the party. I'm the only Democrat and only LGBTQ person to hold 2 offices simultaneously in the county of San Diego. And then I just got reelected this last 2024.
The California Democratic Party's director immediately revealed to the undercover journalist, he did not know that he was being recorded, that Newsom is not only the primary funder of Prop 50, Newsom is acting as its chief salesman, aggressively pushing it to the voters, potentially to later funnel those funds into his 2028 presidential campaign.
So is he going to run for governor? Newsom.
For president?
I mean, for president.
Probably. I don't know what I would vote for.
Do you guys know if he's thinking about it? Or?
Sure.
But you don't know.
I would be shocked if I'm skeptical of a Democrat from San Francisco running for president. And he sounds very lefty, which is why he's doing things like saying trans girls should not be competing in sports. This is trying to appeal, make it look like he's not suppressed.
So is he like fundraising for it and stuff like that?
There's only committees open right now, but that doesn't mean he can't open a committee later and transfer the money.
From where?
One account to another account.
Like what account?
Let's say he opens up a committee that gets 1%. For example, start fundraising into that, and then the president transfers some money over to that account.
Okay, so is he fundraising for anything right now?
For the ballot initiative Prop 50. He is the enabler of that.
So, okay, so if there's any funding left over from that and he decides to run for president, he can transfer it.
Transfer to half, and then, yeah.
Just interesting. I think like I said, I think we covered that like 3 weeks ago, that was going to be his intentions. That's why he was pushing it so hard to do that. We will talk about the Prop 50 lawsuit. I know people, I've been reading some of the comments. Don't hold your breath. Again, lawsuits only go as far as I guess you could say, the judges go as far as the Constitution. We have a lot of activist judges. Especially in California, folks. We'll get into that in a minute, but listen to Alina Habba right here about more arrests being made, and take a listen for that explosive device that we talked about on Monday.
Under President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi's leadership, protecting the homeland from radical Islamic terrorism and violent extremism is one of the Justice Department's highest priorities. The President's directives to federal law enforcement are very clear. Act quickly, work together, and stop threats before innocent people are harmed. Yesterday, my office, working hand in hand with the National Security Division in my office, did just that and charged 2 individuals by federal complaint connected to the Halloween terror plot in Detroit. The first suspect is charged with conspiring to provide material support to a designated terrorist organization. The second suspect is charged with transmitting violent, anti-Semitic threats across the internet to individuals in the state of New Jersey and beyond. The threat of terrorism is real. When Americans are threatened, we respond fast, focused, and together. As alleged in today's complaint, from around October 4th, 2024 to November 4th, 2025, Tomas Khan Jimenez Gazelle of Montclair, New Jersey, and Saeed Ali Mareh of Kent, Washington, along with other co-conspirators, used encrypted messaging applications to plan travel to Turkey and then to Syria to join ISIS as fighters. In their communications, they discussed detailed travel plans, physical training, weapons including firearms and IEDs, and methods to avoid law enforcement detection. According to the complaint, they pledged themselves to ISIS and were plotting acts of terrorism in our country. The messages also included photographs of Jimenez Gazelle standing in front of the ISIS flag, holding a knife, and Mareh wearing an ISIS hat. The complaint against Milo Sidarat charges 2 counts of transmitting threats to interstate and foreign commerce. It describes a pattern of anti-Semitic messages advocating violence, along with images and purchases consistent with preparation for attack, including a knife and sword collection, tactical gear, and images of him practicing at a gun range. Jimenez Gazelle and Sidarat are scheduled for initial appearances this afternoon in federal court in the District of New Jersey. Mareh is scheduled for an initial appearance later today in the Western District of Seattle. Protecting the District of New Jersey and the United States, its people, its neighborhoods, and its institution.
Man, now I'm sorry. I gave you guys a false. I read something else and I just realized I screwed up. And when I make a mistake, I'm not Gavin Newsom. I'm going to admit to my mistake. So that had to do with the Halloween terror plot that we talked about, where they arrested 2 individuals before Halloween. And we covered that on Friday. And so 2 more have been arrested and going to federal court today. Before we get into Trump, some of Trump's comments, guys, we seen what happened last night. I said, don't, if you want to get upset about last night's election, be upset with ourselves. Don't play the blame game. Again, California, if everybody that came out and voted for Trump, if Trump was on the ballot, Prop 50 would have died. It would have been no on Prop 50. Those same people, we need to, I don't know. We need to figure out a way to get these people to, especially when it's mail-in ballots, guys. I don't know if we need a good collection campaign because, again, Trump wants to end mail-in ballots. I want to end mail-in ballots. There's no reason to send out millions of ballots across the state in multiple states. If you want to vote, you can show up in person, show that pearly little ID, and vote in person, unless you're a service member or unless there is some extreme reasons to get an absentee ballot. But you got to think about it. We've traveled with you guys a lot. We've seen a lot of positive things. We've seen what Charlie Kirk was able to do at Turning Point, and he did not die in vain. Turning Point is growing. And that's why I want to show you this right here. Frontlines at TPUSA shared this. It says, happening now, massive lines form outside of tonight's. This is the Turning Point campus tour stop at Auburn University. The event, held at Neville Arena, features appearances by Eric Trump, Laura Trump, U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, and Benny Johnson. Take a look at this line out here. It's absolutely epic.
Donald Trump is going to. He was just standing next to a scooter. I don't think on the other end.
Have you ever met me?
Look at this go, guys.
I mean, we're going to get the whole crowd, yeah.
Just epic. That video is over 2 minutes long. And again, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us. Mater TJ, I kind of disagree, says you can't win rigged elections no matter how many people show up. Like I said, if yesterday's election in California was rigged, it would have been very simple. If everybody voted for Trump, went out and voted against Prop 50, we would have won the election. So yes, we have a lot we're going against. But again, even Trump got called out before. I think it was before 2020. Why are people even voting if it's all rigged? And people are like, what are you doing? Again, we have to get in the mindset of, listen, we can do this. There are some areas that are just Democrat. I mean, I seen a Republican or a conservative like a couple weeks ago, and not a big name or anything, but just somebody that I run into sometime, and was talking about an election from last election cycle, and said, well, I know it was rigged because so-and-so should have won. And I'm thinking, so-and-so had no absolute opportunity. It was like a 65% Democrat district. You're not going to get elected as a MAGA Republican in a 65% Democrat district. It wasn't like Central California. It wasn't like some of our northern areas that are bright red, the Redding area, all those great places. And so we got to, because I do talk to people all the time. I wear the hats, I wear everything. And that's one of my biggest frustrations is people say, I don't go vote. There's no reason, man. They're just going to rig it. Okay, they won. You just voted for a Democrat. So we got to make sure. Obviously, we got to support the nuclear option in the Senate so that they can get voter ID, get rid of mail-in ballots. I mean, think about this. Think about how they utilize COVID to just, and like I said, take away any fraud. Democrats are still going to win by the way they're doing it in many areas. Why? Mail-in ballots, ballot harvesting. In a lot of places, ballot harvesting is illegal. In California, it's not. So they go door to door. They know people that don't vote, and they go to low-income neighborhoods that are supposed to hate Trump, and they start collecting ballots, and they get hundreds of people out to canvass. And if you get 100 people out and they're just getting 10 a day, think about that. 1,000, that's 1,000. And they do that for 10 days, that's 10,000. Some of these, especially in smaller elections, city council, some of them will win with 2,900 votes. It's about a party that wants to fight. Again, California does not have a GOP that's worth a shit. And I'm not talking about the local ones. The local ones, they won't admit it a lot of times. They're fighting against the state. I mean, we have some of the worst rhinos. And then a lot of people, and I used to say this too, a lot of people were said, well, they called Prop 50 in 5 minutes, in less than 5 minutes, a minute. Yeah, I called it 20 minutes before. I called it a day before. Just because a media station calls it doesn't make it fact, obviously. But I was praying for the best. I still went and voted. I still did my duty. But again, it's going to take a ground game. And the current groups we have right now, I think it's going to take something new with some new energy. New energy. It's just, it's frustrating, but I'm not looking at it in a negative light in the sense of like, I'm going to let that get me down. You know, you pray, but you act. And I can tell you, if we get this nuclear option and we get rid of, at least in federal elections, and watch the difference between state and federal, you'll see, oh, well, they had to show ID in federal elections. This was the turnout. Oh, well, it was a state election, and we mailed out millions of ballots. Look at that. You'll see the difference right there. Again, these people aren't incapable of getting off their lazy ass and getting to the polling station. Let's play some of Trump's
After last night's results, the decision.
Let me close that. I was like, doesn't sound like Trump to me.
Facing all Americans could.
Maybe he's identifying as a woman. Maybe he said, you guys won. You guys won. Let me into the women's restroom. So listen to what he says after last night's results. Just a quick video. We got a couple quick videos of Trump that we're going to play for you.
After last night's results, the decision facing all Americans could not be more clear. We have a choice between communism and common sense.
Yep. That's exactly what we're seeing. We talked about it earlier, just some of the elections, the attorney general in Virginia, like just 3 years ago, even after TDS started, that would have been absolute 100% disqualified. Democrats would have said, you need to drop out. I'm sorry, we'll give up the seat. That we just do not allow people that want to shoot their political opponents, kill the children of their political opponents, laugh at the graveside. That would have been something you got disqualified for. And it's crazy. Let's see what we got here. How about this? He talks about the federal payroll. We know we've got a lot of, we're working on private sector jobs. That's what we want. We don't want government jobs. And he speaks about it here.
And to curb inflation, we've slashed the size of government for the first time in years, and we're waging total war on waste, fraud, and abuse like we've never done before. Since January, 100,000 bureaucrats have left the federal payroll. Government spending is down 2.5% this quarter compared to 1 year ago. Think of that. And in stark contrast to last administration, 100% of all new jobs created in America under my administration have been created in the private sector.
That's what we want. It would be easy for Trump to go hire 250,000 employees, 87,000 IRS agents, all these things, and then have a job numbers report that just looks good. Look at this. Yeah, they're all getting paid for by the taxpayer. It's not that they're working at a business that me as a consumer decide to go spend my money with, and that's how they earn their money. No, they go to work and it's taken out of our checks, folks. Big difference. Big difference. How about this right here? He kind of clowns the transgender insanity is what the headline reads. Take a look. Classic Trump.
What the hell? How about the weightlifting? 218 pounds by women. That's a lot to lift over your head, Rima. I don't know if you might be able to do it. 218 pounds or whatever was the record. A man beat the record by 100. It stood for like 17 years or something. A man beat the record by 100 pounds. He was a failed male weightlifter, but as a female, he did very well. That's a record that won't. This is a thing that stood. They'd put a quarter of an ounce and a quarter of an ounce on each. 18 years the record stood. Then a guy comes along, ping, ping. This is a crazy. These people are crazy.
I think a lot of people, it's an 80-20 issue. Most of America is with them on that. And I think they're going to stay with him on that. Talking about prices, he's covered. Trump's talking about something that we covered last week. The cost of Thanksgiving will be down substantially. I know Democrats are putting out other numbers. They're trying to go to these top-end Bay Area grocery stores where a turkey's like $97 and you can get the same turkey for $20 at Walmart. But listen to what he says.
Walmart just announced that the cost of their standard Thanksgiving meal, this is the greatest. They're greatest. They're wonderful. They come out every year with how much does a Thanksgiving meal cost compared to last year, right? And it always goes up, up, up. It's 40%, 30% more. Is 25% lower than 1 year ago. Isn't that great? That's a big deal, Rima. That's a big deal. I don't know if they care about that in Saudi Arabia, but here it means a lot. We got the princess here from Saudi Arabia. She's got a lot of cash. Serious cash, and she's a great person. So she doesn't care about the price of a turkey is down a little bit. You know, she doesn't have to worry about it. Since March, the price of eggs is down 85%. Energy prices are down. Interest rates are down, despite the fact that we have a total nincompoop at the Federal Reserve. It was recommended by one of my real great people who I'd never spoke to again. And the cost of the typical new mortgage is down by nearly $3,000 a year. Day by day, we're making America affordable again.
It's taking time, but he is correct there. Remember, housing is still unaffordable. I have a son that's 24. Like, it's nowhere in the younger generation to be able to spend the kind of money it takes right now with interest rates and all the stuff that happened under the Biden administration. Well, what I say, we did a thing in the final year of Biden that if I was to buy my same house right now under Biden, it would be $1,800 more a month. At the same price and everything. Just insane. Just insane. And we got this one talking about Gavin Newsom here. Take a listen to this.
Sort of like Gavin Newsom in California. He's got a train that was supposed to go from San Francisco to Los Angeles, which is a stupid idea because an airplane is faster. I don't care how fast it goes. And they had plenty of airplanes. San Francisco, inside San Francisco to inside right there, LA. And what they did is they said, oh man, this has been going on for years. It's billions and billions of dollars over budget. So what they decided to do is cut it so that it doesn't go into San Francisco and into LA. It goes way short of both. And then they cut it again and again and again. Pretty soon they're going to have like 2 miles of track. Billions and billions of dollars. Totally incompetent. The biggest cost overrun proportionately that I've ever seen. Many, many, many times more. And it's no longer the same. It was supposed to go into the city. Now it's way short, many miles short of the city. So they're going to drop you off and you can walk the rest of the way. That train is going to haunt him. You watch, because he doesn't have what it takes. Tell you that. Slimy guy. He's a slimy one. Maybe that should be his nickname. Slimy Newsom, right?
Oh, man. We're going to talk about Newsom here in a minute. And then talking about, I think this is the last clip we have of Trump, but talking about what happened in New York City. Take a listen how he says, what he says he'll fix.
On November 5th, 2024, the American people reclaimed our government. We restored our sovereignty. We lost a little bit of sovereignty last night in New York, but we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Now, again, if we have these establishment Republicans, that's what I call them. They're not MAGA. They're not America First. They're in the pockets of Big Pharma, Israel, and everything else. We're going to have to push really hard to get those people, but we need to use the nuclear option, get some stuff passed, and put America back on the right path, because Democrats are just too busy obstructing, and it's just absolutely crazy. And before we get into the Prop 50 lawsuit, don't forget, I actually seen somebody, Chris Goff is in here. And you know what? Last night, he's actually in our raffle, because last night, Microtaz bought 4 tickets and gave them out to 4 different people. Thank you, Microtaz, for that. And so good luck, Chris. But if you guys want an opportunity to get in, you got about 20 to 25 minutes to enter. Then we're going to be doing the raffle. I'll check all the links, make sure I get all your names in there. We'll put you on the wheel of names. During this show, we are doing the drawing, guys. And this is what one of the opportunities you have here to get this beautiful handmade cross. This is made by our good friend Miguelito, Big Mike, and just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So we will be shipping you this, and you also get to choose from one of these hats. You have, let's see, you have the Trump one. Let me turn this off really quick. It's actually kind of dark outside, so. You have the Trump one, and then, oh, that's the wrong one. I'm looking at the camera where it's reversed. And you got MAGA. I like the MAGA one. I just, something about it. MAGA, red, white, and blue. So if you are chosen tonight from the random wheel of names, we will be shipping that out to you tomorrow. So want to say thank you to everybody who gets in. If you guys want to get in, all you got to do, every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. If you do $30, that's 3 entries. And you can go through Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army. Then we have our Give Send Go that's right down there on the bottom, givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And if you do mobile or online banking and you want to do a Zelle transfer, you can use our Zelle address. So you go and do the transfer to purepatriot559@yahoo.com. That's PURE Patriot559@yahoo.com. How do you verify your name here on Rumble? That's a good question. I don't know. So if you guys want to get in, you got 25 minutes left, and then we're going to be doing the raffle. We got it all set up except for the people that got in. And then Krista gave a donation. Thank you, Krista. And she said not for the raffle. She's already in the raffle for her last donation. And Krista is the one that actually donated this back. She had won last time. And it's a blessing that we get to do it again. Again, I don't know if we're going to be getting many crosses, especially near the holidays, because again, he makes these for us and he donates it, puts his hard work, his time into it. So thanks, Big Mike. Thanks, Big Mike. We seen him last night at the No on 50 rally. How about this? Ashley Zavala says, California Republican Party files federal lawsuit against Prop 50, claiming state's new maps favors one race. Says attorneys point to comments by map drawer Paul Mitchell and Cal Leg leaders that changes increased power of Latino voters. Now, this is kind of interesting because we actually have Supreme Court supposed to be hearing a case pretty soon about some of the election maps, electoral maps, and how they're drawn specifically for races, which is racist, right? You are in a community, whether you're black, white, orange, purple. Now, there's only one orange man, and we love him, but you know what I mean. It shouldn't be based on race. So they are doing this. We got some video here to show you This is David Tongipaw right here. And Mark Muser. Take a listen. Let me actually fix this, if it'll let me. Make it bigger.
Well, we just got done suing Governor Newsom with these illegal maps and what he's done with Prop 50. And I'm here with Mark Mauser talking about the lawsuit.
Hey everybody, Mark Moser with the Dillon Law Group, and in this lawsuit over Proposition 50, we are saying that the state of California did racial gerrymanders contrary to your 14th and 15th Amendment rights. The state of California drew lines, 16 congressional districts where race was the predominant factor, and the legislature did not do the necessary investigation to determine if race was a valid reason to draw the lines that they did. And because the state failed to properly test to see if there was past discrimination in the state of California that needed to be fixed, because the state legislature failed in those steps, we are arguing that the Prop 50 map's not going to affect, and that the courts give us time to litigate this matter over the next couple of years. But while we litigate it, let's keep the status quo.
Well, and this is something that we talked about from the very beginning, that we were going to fight every step of the way. And we're going to exhaust all options to make sure that the people of California are represented properly. They lied to you. They gaslit you. And there is a toxic relationship with the governor of California. And we're going to make sure that we hold them accountable. And so that's what we're going to work on. I'm Assemblyman David Tongipaw. We've been asking since the entire beginning of this process, who drew the maps, who wrote them, where's the justification, and they have not been able to provide any, and we're going to make sure that we put some sunlight on Sacramento. Thank you.
So that's my local assemblyman actually right there, David. He's doing an extraordinary job. This was some of the information. Let's see. I think there's another one. Listen to this. We got a couple quick clips of the presser they did.
To violate and break the Constitution. And when I said that the fight for California has just begun, I hope everybody and anybody knows I meant that. As the first Polynesian elected ever to the state legislature, I understand the diversity and the beauty that this state has. And what we have seen with Prop 50, these maps, they are completely diminishing the voices of other groups to benefit other groups. They have weaponized this entire process, and they have lied to the California voters. They have lied to the people of California, and what this is about is holding those individuals accountable.
Amen. Amen. They were hiding this fact. We actually played some of their meetings up in Sacramento here when they were being asked, who's funding this? Who's drawing the maps? And they didn't want to give you an answer. They didn't want to give you an answer by any stretch of the imagination. I wonder what happened. I lost a couple. Oh, well. So that was David Tongipaw there. And then Governor Gavin Newsom gave his statement on the lawsuit. And it says, we haven't reviewed the lawsuit, but if it's from the California Republican Party and Harmeet Dillon's law firm, it's going to fail. Good luck, losers. That's coming from your governor of the state of California. He doesn't care who he's disenfranchised. You want to talk about an absolute tyrant. An absolute tyrant. It's just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Let's get into a little bit of the shutdown talk. What's going on there? Listen to the truth. Democrats have voted 15 times to keep the government closed and not issue SNAP, not pay our folks, our federal workers, our TSA. Take a listen.
It was in no way necessary or appropriate to shut down the government in order to have bipartisan discussions about the subsidies. The reality is the Democrats could have avoided all of this chaos and all the pain everything they've inflicted on American families by simply voting to back the clean, nonpartisan continuing resolution, the 24-page simple document, just as they did 13 times under the Biden administration. They could have passed that 47 days ago. After the House did it, we did our work and sent it over there.
Amen. Amen. And now it's a blame game. We've talked about Democrats saying, oh, now that Mamdani, and now we got all the crazed radicals out to vote yesterday. Let's start working on opening the government. Kind of funny. Is this the same one? I think there's a little.
And still, despite the 15 opportunities they have now had to reopen the government, they have voted 15 times to keep it closed. That is the number that everyone has to pay attention to. All the Americans who are hurting because of this. They need to understand Republicans have voted 15 times to open your government, and the Democrats have voted 15 times to close it. They voted to deny paychecks to workers, to stop the flow of SNAP funds to hungry families, and all the rest. And still, somehow, they have the audacity to go on national television and gaslight the American people and try to pretend that somehow the Republican Party has some blame in this. It's the most outrageous example of political gaslighting that we have ever seen.
It's the media. Again, you got the arm of the Democrat Party, which is legacy media. That's why they're failing. You don't get any real truth. I mean, they have called some of the Democrats out, but they're still not representing the shutdown as it is as a shutdown. And I wanted you to listen to this too. Senator Bernie Moreno publicly challenged Democrat Jackie Rosen on the government shutdown, and she was not happy. Listen to this.
What do you say
when
to the
facts
staff?
are called
Like,
out,
for
when
example,
facts are called out, Democrats don't like it.
Much like, for example,
expose the fact hypocrisy
that you get paid, you get a paycheck, but you walk by, you get a paycheck.
I'm donating my paycheck, sir, and I would happily be on legislation
what do you say to them?
to give.
What do you say to the staff? What do you say to the TSA workers? What do you say to the air traffic controllers?
What I am saying to you is this is a Republican shutdown, my friend. You are in control of the White House. You are in control of the House, and you are in control of the Senate. And if you went home to a food bank instead of going to Mar-a-Lago to eat at a gold-plated dinner while people are starving, you might see and hear your constituents, sir. You are blind to the suffering of your people.
Does it take 60 votes?
You listening and coming to the table to have a discussion.
So it does take 60 votes.
You want to have this, come talk to me in private, sir.
Okay. So it does take 60 votes, for the record, just so that we're clear on the reporting, so that there's no misinformation.
She was true. You talk to me in private. You talk to me. No, I'm going to talk to you right here because the American people need to know what a slimy scumbag Democrats are. It's sickening. Senator John Kennedy introducing some bills to the floor, and take a listen to what this is.
We are.
You gotta love here. I'm sure there's some funnies in here.
Like you, Mr. President, I've heard a lot of rumors about we're that close to reaching an agreement. We've been that close for a week. Frankly, I hope I'm wrong in saying this, but I don't think we're really that close. I wish we were, and I hope we are. But I think we're going to be in the shutdown a while longer. That doesn't give me any joy to say that. In the meantime, none of our staffs are being paid. No federal employees are being paid. I got some numbers in this morning that federal workers have had to borrow $365 million so far during this 36-day shutdown in order just to pay their rent. Our military is only being paid partially. Our air traffic controllers are not being paid. People who receive SNAP payments are only being partially paid. I don't think anybody wants to see anybody go hungry in America, and that's not a partisan statement. I think that's a bipartisan statement. There's precedent for this, Mr. President. Some may say, well, this violates the 27th Amendment. I don't think it does. That's why I'm offering two different flavors of bills. But in 2013, President Obama did the same thing that I'm doing now. They were in a shutdown, and President Obama supported legislation that said, if you don't open up government by this certain date, then you're going to lose your paychecks. And guess what? Members of Congress had an epiphany, and they found religion. They had a Damascene moment, and they opened up government. And that's all this bill will do. I'm not trying to grandstand. I wasn't going to bring this bill. When I got back here Monday, I heard all the rumors like everybody else that we were close. And I hope we are close, but we're not close enough. And so I'll offer these bills tomorrow, and people can vote yay or they can vote nay. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of the Democrats won't
like
vote
you,
for that.
Mr. President, I've heard a lot of rumors about.
I would love to see that. I think there should be a stipulation that we should write into law that if they can't pass a clean budget that does not increase our deficit, then they can't get paid. They don't get paid. They forfeit their pay. That would be epic. That would be epic. And a lot of these people make so much more money with their insider stock trading and their buddy and rubbing elbows with different big pharma and everything, that that $100,000 or $200,000 a year is chump change to them. I don't even think they notice it. Speaking of the shutdown, Sean Duffy says there's going to be a 10% reduction at 40 of our local. We got LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Phoenix, Atlanta, Miami, and others that are going to be at a 10% reduction because of this shutdown that Schumer and the Democrats are holding against the American people, instead of just voting for the continuing resolution and negotiating all the socialism that they're trying to push on us. Take a listen to this.
The tools we're going to deploy. One of them, though, is going to be that there is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations. The administrator is going to tell you that this is data-based. This is not based on what airline travels, has more flights out of what location. This is about where is the pressure and how do we alleviate the pressure.
So that's what we have to do because of Democrats, 10% reduction at 40 different airports across the country. And nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. All right, you guys got 10 minutes to get in. If you want to get in, this is your last shot. We're going to start talking about immigration and what's going on with the lies from the Democrats. But we will be raffling this cross off in about 20 to 25 minutes if you guys want to get in. And I think we got one from, was it Katie that got in for 2? Let's see if it'll tell me. Katie got in for 2 raffles. Every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. So if you do 20, that's 2 entries. 40, that's 4 entries. And again, it helps us here at the Oreo Express pay the bills, travel, do everything we do. Just recently, some upgrades, which we're excited about. But this cross right here will be shipped out to you. We use a random wheel of names to choose a winner. We'll add your name to it. If you guys want to get in, you'll win this cross and one of these 2 hats. We got the light up MAGA hat. Everybody loved this last night. Everybody, even though we went out with some Patriots to grab some meals in between. And everyone to know where we got it at. Where we got it. We got it at the Oreo Express. Where else do we get our stuff? So you get to choose which one, and it'll come with the cross. So if you guys want to take a shot and help us out, we appreciate it. You can do it at Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App $Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And as always, our Zelle link, if you do mobile or online banking, is Pure Patriot 559 at yahoo.com. That's PURE Patriot 559 at yahoo.com. Good luck. You got about 8 minutes, and then we're cutting it off. So thank you to everybody that's helped us out. How about this? U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, ICE, says Houston, 1,500 criminal aliens, gang members, foreign fugitives, and immigration offenders were arrested in a 10-day operation. That included 17 gang members, 40 aggravated felons, 1 convicted murderer, 1 foreign fugitive, 13 sexual predators, 115 aggravated assault offenses, and 31 weapon offenses. 1 Mexican mafia gang member wanted in his home country of Honduras for murder was convicted of raping and impregnating his minor sister. Take a look at this.
Oh, he's running. Call it out. Call it out.
Ahorita te lo van a traer.
U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Well, let's talk about some other things. They're pushing a lot of fake news, fake articles. They're seeing videos of immigration enforcement and creating total false lies, saying they're going into daycares and they're grabbing daycare workers. These people should get their ass beat for some of these lies trying to deceive. But we did get some good news. DHS will be terminating temporary protection status for South Sudan migrants in the United States, sending them back to where they came from. Again, these are the things that Democrats do during their time in office is they pick people. Again, they want population and they want voters. And so, again, temporary protected status is just that, temporary. And we've seen people in the country on temporary protected status for 40 years. That needs to end. And I was glad to hear that they're doing that with South Sudan. How about this? $1 billion in taxes, your tax dollars going to healthcare for illegals. Let's listen to Dr. Oz right here.
On their own to receive free health care. Now, free health care insurance. When the president offered me this job, he told me to protect our most vulnerable by rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse. I'm sharing these stories so you understand the stakes of our enforcement. So here's the situation. 6 states believe that they should be allowed to pay for illegal immigrants on the state level on their own to receive free health care. Now, free health care insurance attracts illegal immigrants and makes them unwilling to leave, even if we offer them cash. Equally importantly, I worry that federal taxpayer money will be siphoned towards these states and hurt the 44 states who disagree with attracting illegal immigrants with free insurance. In fact, Congress is shut down right now because Democratic senators don't like the One Big Beautiful Bill, which corrals this kind of fraud in Medicaid. We decided to investigate ourselves. I didn't really trust these 6 states. We found already $1.3 billion has been inappropriately taken from federal taxpayers in just the past few months. We just clawed back $300 million, which signals that the 6 states, they already know, they acknowledge that this is an embarrassing reality. We need to protect our most vulnerable and send a clear message that other countries should take care of theirs. Opening the government would be a step in the right direction.
1.3 billion, guys. When we say that, and it's states like California, New York, Illinois, all these far left states that are just crumbling. And people can argue with me all you want. I'm in California. I travel more throughout California than anybody I know. And that is 1.3 billion just in 2 months. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I voted for these audits. I voted to stop paying for that. Let's make the healthcare affordable for American citizens. How about this one? You gotta love this. I seen this earlier this morning. When we say Democrats put illegal aliens ahead of American citizens, I haven't yet seen a Democrat, and I've went through their social media to try to find out where they are going to prisons, whether it's state prisons, county jails, federal prisons, and checking on United States citizens and how they're doing, how their health's doing. But they've been doing it at ICE facilities. You know, let Jose needs to be released. He's got a doctor's appointment. It's not great the way they're treating these people that broke into the country. All these different things, right? Well, just listen to this. You can't make this up. Another one today.
Morning. It's Wednesday, November 5th. I'm on my way back to the Eloy Detention Center in Arizona. I have a constituent inside Eloy named Arbella Marquez. She goes by Yadi, and she has been detained since February. Yadi has leukemia. She's extremely sick. I got to see her the last time I was at Eloy, and for many months, my office has been demanding that ICE allow her to see an oncologist, which they were refusing to do since she was detained originally. Finally, in October, she was allowed to see an oncologist after she was vomiting blood, after she's lost over 70 pounds, and after so many in our community have been calling for better medical attention for her and detainees across the country.
Illegal aliens is what she's talking about. She's not talking about you, me, people that can't afford their prescriptions.
But since her visit, when my office has asked, when her partner has asked, she has not been able to get a physical copy of her results. We know that her hemoglobin levels are very low, that she is not getting the proper medication or treatment for leukemia. So I'm on my way there now to, first of all, see Yadi, and second of all, demand that ICE release her medical results to us, to her family, and finally, make sure that she can get the treatment that she needs immediately and urgently. We'll keep you posted on what happens today when it comes to Yadi and our visit.
Man, you know, wouldn't it be awesome to see a Democrat fighting for an American citizen like that? You want to talk about changing the whole landscape of everything. But no, they don't do that for American citizens, unfortunately. So there's a lot of fake news going around. All right, no more entries into the raffle. Y'all done? No more entries. I will. We're about a couple minutes away. We got a couple more stories to cover, and then we will add the names from this show in there and go from there, guys, and pick a winner. Get this shipped out to you. This right here was one of the fake people. What they're doing is they're taking videos and they're creating stories, making these people look innocent. This person was just trying to save someone's life by giving CPR, and ICE went over there and shot her in the head. You know, just completely stuff. Well, this is one of them, and they can't even get it right on the video. But take a look.
Hey, we got you, bro. We got your video. We got your video.
Hey, y'all can't take him with his daughter right there.
Yeah, they rammed him. My boy was a baby in the back. He wasn't doing absolutely nothing, bro.
So if you commit a crime or you've committed a crime, just having a child does not relieve you. You know how many people in prison right now, men and women that are American citizens, have children at home? A lot.
Hey, you should allow the family to come get the baby, bro. That's child endangerment. That's child endangerment.
Child endangerment.
He's telling you to back up. Just back up.
That's child endangerment, bro.
All of a sudden, they care about children and child endangerment, right? Well, this said, ICE detained a father in an unmarked white van, then drive off in his car with his toddler still in the back seat. I guess Democrats want them to just take the toddler out of the back seat and just set on the curb, right? It says one agent threw a volleyball into the back seat. It bounced, hitting the toddler in the head. There's a baby in there, people cried. And just so we all know, thank God for DHS and correcting this. And this has been shared out by congressmen, senators, all of them different stories. This one and the one with the daycare. But listen to this. During a targeted immigration enforcement operation, a U.S. citizen exited his vehicle wielding a hammer and threw rocks at law enforcement while he had a child in his car. He was arrested for assault, and during his arrest, a pistol was found in his car. That is reported stolen out of the state of New York. The individual has an active warrant for property damage. We refuse to apologize for enforcing the law. The operation resulted in the arrest of 5 illegal aliens from Mexico and Guatemala who are all breaking our nation's immigration laws. Their criminal history include DUI, driving without a license, and previous removal, which is a felony. So this guy literally comes out with a hammer and threw rocks at our immigration enforcement. And these rejects right here want to keep telling you a lie. And this is the kind of news stories that CNN and MSNBC, they show you, a part of the clip. They edit it so you don't get to see the rock throwing or him wielding a hammer. And they go on with this story. And America's like, oh my God, we got to stop ICE. No, we got to go further. This is another one. I'm going to show you how it reads. ICE arrested a preschool teacher, dragged her out of class in front of traumatized children. Agents slam her face first into the outer glass of the door as they push her outside, then shove her against their vehicle. We need some music, huh? Some darn it. School was forced to close as both teachers and parents became too afraid to show up to the location. The teacher has a legal work permit and passed a background check in order to teach at the Spanish immersion preschool and daycare, according to witness interviews. We wanted to give our children the gift of speaking another language, said one parent. Well, there's plenty of American citizens that speak lots of different languages. It's just a welcoming and sunny, happy place. The teachers are encouraged to share their culture and traditions with children. And so they show this right here. Look. Wonder whose car that is. Whose car do you think that is, since she was in there teaching? That couldn't be her car, could it? The whole story's fake. Let me tell you what the real story is. Just absolutely dumbfounded. This was also the same story right here. That was video captures daycare teacher. This is from WGN TV News. How about this? ICE law enforcement did not target a daycare. Officers attempted to conduct a targeted traffic stop of this female illegal alien from Colombia. Officers attempted to pull over this vehicle, which was registered to a female illegal aliens with sirens and emergency lights. But the male driver refused to pull the vehicle over. Law enforcement pursued the vehicle before the assailant sped into a shopping plaza where he and the female passengers fled from the vehicle. They ran into a daycare and attempted to barricade themselves inside the daycare, recklessly endangering the children inside. The illegal alien female was arrested inside the vestibule, not in the school. Upon arrest, she lied about her identity. The vehicle was registered in her name, though she claims that she didn't know the man who was driving the car and just picked him up from a bus stop. So she picked up a guy from a bus stop and said, drive my car. Obviously, he's an illegal alien too. It says facts, including criminality and information on the male assailant, are forthcoming, and we will update the public with more information as soon as it becomes possible. Do you see? These people that are lying, these news stations that are putting out, they need to be held accountable. They really do. Maybe it's vigilante accountability. I don't know. But this, again, is what they are using, because if they tell you the truth, you'd be like, good, she ran into a daycare. How dare her, right? They don't want you to see that. They don't want you to know that. And this is Congressman Mike Quigley shared it out as well. Mike Quigley said ICE isn't going after the worst of the worst. This morning, they took a preschool teacher without a warrant in front of children in my district. And DHS says, Congressman, you are deliberately misrepresenting the facts. ICE law enforcement did not target a daycare and were only at this location because the female illegal alien fled inside. Here's the real story. And she puts the story that we just read. But do you get how they're trying to fire up their base? This is how they get votes, is by lying. Nothing they can do is honest. It's just absolutely crazy. And here we go. This is some of that information right here. Oh, I don't need to be on that screen. DHS sources provide information on the Colombian woman arrested at the daycare in the Chicago area, saying she was caught at the border and released in 2023. Then she had her children smuggled into the U.S. as unaccompanied children after entering illegally in the El Paso, Texas area the last month. They sent the kids up to an unaccompanied alien child shelter in the Chicago area, where they currently are today. Sources say running from the police is a crime. Alien smuggling is also a crime. Crazy. How about this? Again, more lies. Just listen to how sickening this is.
They don't get food. And when we talk to organizations like ICERT, I feel the same kind of frustration I believe everybody in here feels. We get emails from neighbors all the time. What is the Chicago police going to do about it? What can you do in your level of state government? This is a different moment. We're talking about federal law enforcement and a weaponized government against its people. We're all crossing our fingers and hoping for elections to change things, but we don't have that time right now. In this moment, we've got people over at Broadview. You're talking 150 to 200 people in a place not much bigger than this, maybe 2-3 times this size. They don't have enough space to sleep in. They don't get food. And when we talk to organizations like ICER or TRP, they want.
What about when they were all being sheltered on the taxpayer dollar, giving these more benefits than American citizens when it came to their food? Flights across the country. They didn't need an ID. I do. Remember all that? You didn't have a problem with that. So they can go back to their home country and they can live there. And if they want to come over here legally, they can do so, but only if they self-deport, and they'll get paid $1,000 for doing so. All right. So let's see here. Oh, why is it doing that? Let me see. I'm going to copy. Let's see. Let me refresh this. There we go. All right. So who do we have get in on this one? We got this right here. I got to add a couple more names too. Let me put this up on the screen for you so you see what I'm doing as part of the raffle. We got those folks entered. But first, I need to see who jumped in. We had Katie. Put Katie down. Ooh, I thought I lost it. So Katie got in for 2 right there. Let's see who else we got. I'm going to check them all out again. Krista donated. She was already in the raffle, so she's the one that donated back this time. We're not going to add her in for this one. Let's go check Cash App. Pretty sure we got all of Cash App. Yep, that didn't add. We had Bonnie, Ridgeline on Edge for 4, Kathy Richardson, and Renee. Let's check out Gifts and Go. .com/Oreo 2024. Doesn't look like. Nope. 7 days ago, so nothing new there. Let me double check Venmo one more time, and then we'll do Zelle. I think Katie May might have been the only one that got in. We had Melissa from earlier that got in. Yep. Katie May for 2. And let's check Zelle. Just use Face ID. That's what it's there for. And nothing on Zelle for today. We had old Uncle Bill get in yesterday for 10. All right. So here's what we got so far. Let me pull this up. We got Corn Dog 55. I'm going through Rumble first from today backwards. Corn Dog 55, Darla Miller, Karen Sunflower, Ziggy Girl. These are all for 1. KLM 79 for 1. JH Candy Bar for 1. Saint Fan for 1. Jalen for 1. Miss Hayes for 1. Then we had Robert Benji for 1. Jan Garner for 1. Shelly Rose for 1. Gandalf for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we had Jan Garner again. Then Tiger Jaw donated 6 to DAHP. I don't know if DAHP's in here. Prayers for DAHP as well. Then we had Chevy 72770 for 1. Then we had Gandalf for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 entries. Mikey Ray for 2. Jalen for 4. Gandalf for 5 more. Penny Loafer for 1. Melissa for 10. Mom X Swift. These were the gifted ones from Microtaz. So each one got 1 entry. Mom X Swift, Renee O, Nola, and Chris Goff. Each in for 1. Michael L for 2. Janice for 1. Krista R for 8. Real Sweet, which was a gift from JH Candy Bar. Real Sweet for 2. Nola for 2 on top of the one that was gifted. Dawn for 2. Sherry G for 1. Michael L for 2 more. Old Uncle Bill for 10. Trina was gifted 4. It was when we did the premium. If you got 3, you got an extra one. Old Uncle Bill gifted to Trina 4. Also gifted 4 to DAHP. And then we got Ridgeline for 4. Kathy Richard for 1. Bonnie K for 2. Renee O for 3. And Katie for 2. So, whew. I'm in the live chat. How many times between 1 and 20 do you want to shuffle it, guys? How many times before? Let's see. Melissa says 15 times. 15 times. So let's get this over here. We'll do the shuffle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we are at 15, guys, and we're going to rock and roll. Good luck to all of you. Good luck. Here's the big one right here. Let's see what happens. Let me put me on the screen in the top corner. So good luck. Here we go. And we are spinning. We are spinning. OUB, man. He's been trying to get one of these crosses. He's been trying to get one of these crosses. And good for him. He was like, man, I really want a cross. Thank you, old Uncle Bill. I'll text him here in a minute. He's not at his computer right now. So he's enjoying some family time. So congratulations, old Uncle Bill. And once again, guys, thank you to all you guys that help out. We can't do it without you. We're doing some major improvements. We've got some equipment modifications over the last 2 months that I didn't even think were possible this year. And thanks to your guys' donations, man, between the mic setup, 2 different mic setups, upgrades, God bless you all, and thank you so much. We appreciate all you guys. And once again, old Uncle Bill, rock on. We will see you guys soon. And we'll be back. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'll be around for the morning show. I have to get some blood work done. Like 11:45, right? Yeah, so I'll quit the morning show at 11:30 and go head over there. And then we should be having 2 shows tomorrow. So any breaking news tonight, we will be here. I'm working on some stuff in the house, so I'm going to be here. But if anything's worth going live for, we will be live. So God bless you all. Take care, and we will see you tomorrow.
The Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart.